There has been great deal of confusion regarding ISC English syllabus change. People are apprehensive. They anticipate certain difficulties going forward because CISCE, commonly known as ISC syllabus for English, has been little tinkered with. What have they done? There has already been a traditional syllabus comprising Macbeth, a set of poems and set of short stories. In the literature section only, they have introduced an alternative. The alternative part of the literature is commonly being called as modern English. This modern English has got a new set of English literature. In the traditional set, you have Shakespearean drama called Macbeth, but in the modern set, you have got Shavian drama, George Bernard Shaw, G.B. Shaw, his drama Pygmalion. In the similar manner, there has been changes in the set of poems, in the set of short stories. Both of them belong to the modern classification of English, which means they were written within a span of last 80 years. So they are new. I am annexing them into this video so that you can pause it and see for yourself. Now there are two sets of options given to you. Any student can exercise the first option, which is the traditional English, which has already been taught in the school, and therefore everybody has some idea about it, and you can get some question papers of the past few years. As far as the modern English is concerned, you will not get any question paper for the past few years because that has not been introduced so far. Therefore, you are going to depend on the notes of the teachers. What is the option? Student has the option to tell the school that I want to follow the traditional English. Student has the option to say modern English also. What is the difference between the traditional English and modern English? English is divided grossly into three parts. One is called Old English literature, medieval English literature, modern English literature. Although these are subdivided into many parts, grossly we are reading medieval English, which means Shakespearean drama. The language seems to be a bit difficult from our modern English perspective because we do not understand most of the words written in Latin or French. Therefore, we need to take the help of the paraphrase also. I have the notes, detailed notes and explanations based on that, question answers. They do not seem very difficult to my students, by the way. On the contrary, modern English is that English which you will find very easy to read, because that drama, for instance Pygmalion, is very easy to read. You do not require paraphrase, any kind of modern English help for that. But there is a difference. In the traditional English or Shakespearean drama in particular, you do not have to rack your brain, you do not have to whack your mind, and any simple explanation will be easier for you to understand and write it down. But in case of modern English, it is much more complicated. G.B. Shaw or Shavian drama is quite difficult, quite complex. Its analysis has to be understood right from its root or foundation. Yes, I am showing you a bit of my notes on Pygmalion because I have already taught Pygmalion in different curriculum, in different classes and in different universities. Therefore, my notes are always ready. There will be no difficulty for my students. Yes, schools are passing through a great deal of difficult phase because already teachers have a particular burden of teaching the traditional English. Now, if the school imposes modern English and those students who are segregated and those students who want to take up the modern English, it will be an extra load to the school. Obviously, school will raise its fee. Plainly speaking, I am addressing the guardians that if you want to take up tuition for the modern English for the school, your fee charges will somehow go up. If you come down to me, most of my students are on traditional English. I can teach you modern English, but with a premium. You have to pay more. Plainly speaking, because its note has not been out, 31st March has been the last date for the floating of the tenders, and therefore things are on roll. The board is preparing its entire book printing, publishing materials. So you will find difficulty initially. So even except for those teachers who have been teaching for a long period of time, they have got their notes and things already ready. So from that perspective, you can contact me. I will teach you the modern English right from the beginning with smoothness. You won't have much difficulty, but it all depends on your school. If your school says that we shall stick to modern English, you have no other option but to stick to modern English, because you will be apprehensive. You do not have to be afraid that you are thinking to stick to the traditional English. You can go on with traditional English and you can privately prepare on that. You will tell the school that I want to stick to the traditional English course, because already the questions are available, notes are available, etc. That might be your excuse, and you can continue with reading it with the help of your private tutor. But if the school decides to go on with the modern English, then you have to pay premium to your private tutor, especially to me if you come down to me, because such kind of students will be less in number. Obviously the slot charge will go up. Now this is the basic difference: medieval English, Shakespearean drama. Now coming to the short stories and poems, these are also the same sets and numbers of chapters. Point is, they were written a bit ago, the Romantic era and all those times when Spenser, Shakespeare, Marlowe ruled the English literature section. Going forward, certain Indian English writers like Dilip Chitre and many other writers wrote down many poems and many short stories. Those Indian writers' poems and short stories have been incorporated today in the modern English section. I have notes ready for them, because for 40 years now I have been teaching students of ICSE, ISC, Cambridge, which in India known as IGCSE, O level, which means class 10 level, A level, which means 11-12 level, and then B level as well, which means undergraduate level. I also teach international baccalaureate students, which means Oxford students, and then many universities. I have many honors, English honors only. I teach English honors of many universities. You name it: Calcutta University, Jadavpur University, St. Xavier's Private University, St. Xavier's University, Amit Universities. I have students all over, even English masters also, means MA English. I have those students also. So teaching over 40 years, I have got all the notes prepared, because the same literature has been taught in many other places. So you can contact me, but don't call, WhatsApp me. I can begin with the student right away. So don't be afraid. I have already started with the modern, with the traditional English, and I think most of the students are going to stick to this traditional English, including the schools also, because schools will not take up the extra burden unless they are paid well. So it's a matter of change for CISE English syllabus, but it's a matter of money for the tutor and the school. Unless guardians have extra capability to pay the premium, nobody is going to pay any heed on modern English. That's all for today. If you have any difficulty or any confusion over this, you can WhatsApp me. I'll try to reply as soon as I get the opportunity. Thank you very much. Today, by the way, is 8th April 2025. The modern English entire curriculum is on the way. The process is on roll. Thank you very much. I have sample papers ready. These are sets of old English poems and short stories, including all of them that have already been suggested in the modern English section. You have the option to take up modern English, but you cannot take a bit from traditional and take a bit from modern English. You have to take either traditional English or modern English. This is another set. You can pause the video and see them through. My all poems, short stories, notes are already ready. Therefore, it will not be a problem for you, but you have to customize your position and spend accordingly. Only then you will be able to take up this premium opportunity. So this is all about modern English that is going to be introduced as a second